If you were born before 1958, you may have spent years believing something about your old age security that is simply not true anymore. Maybe you heard years ago that the government was raising the age you could collect OAS from 65 to 67. Maybe a friend, a coworker, or even a news article told you that this change was already locked in, and that depending on your exact birth date, you might have to wait an extra year or two to collect your pension. Here is what I want to tell you clearly, right at the start of this video. That change never actually happened. It was canceled before it ever took effect. And yet, even now, in 2026, I still see seniors confused about this, still worried about a rule that was reversed nearly a decade ago. In this video, I am going to walk you through exactly what was proposed back in 2012, exactly why it was canceled, exactly what your real OAS age is today, no matter when you were born, and exactly how this old, dead rule still causes confusion for people researching their retirement. By the end of this video, no matter what birth year you fall into, you will know your exact, current, real OAS eligibility age with complete certainty. Stay with me, because clearing up this one piece of confusion could save you from making a retirement decision based on information that stopped being true years ago. This is a topic that I think deserves more attention than it usually gets, because misinformation that lingers for a decade can genuinely shape how people plan their finances, even after the underlying policy has changed. And to be completely fair to anyone who is still confused about this, the original proposal was reported widely, discussed seriously, and treated by many news outlets as something that was essentially going to happen. Before we get into it, if you are not subscribed yet, please do it now. This channel exists specifically to clear up confusion like this. Old rumors, outdated policies, and rules that changed years ago but still circulate as if they were current. Hit subscribe, turn on the bell. It takes 3 seconds, and it means the next time something confusing circulates about your benefits, you hear the clear, current answer. Let me take you back to where this confusion actually started, because understanding the origin makes everything that follows much easier to understand. In the federal budget of 2012, the Government of Canada announced a plan to gradually raise the age of eligibility for old age security from 65 to 67. The stated reason was the aging Canadian population. The baby boom generation, born between 1946 and 1964, was the largest age cohort in Canadian history, and officials were concerned about the long-term sustainability of the program as more people lived longer, healthier lives. Here is exactly how the proposed change was structured. If you were born on or before March 31st, 1958, you would not be affected at all. Your OAS eligibility would remain at age 65, exactly as it always had been. If you were born between April 1st, 1958 and January 31st, 1962, you would fall into a transition period with your eligibility age set somewhere between 65 and 67, depending on your exact birth month. And if you were born on or after February 1st, 1962, under the original 2012 proposal, you would have needed to wait until age 67 to begin collecting OAS. This change was not set to begin immediately. It was designed to phase in gradually starting in 2023, giving Canadians more than a decade of advance notice to plan around it. The government at the time also paired this proposal with a new option to voluntarily delay OAS, starting July 1, 2013, allowing Canadians who chose to work longer to receive a permanently higher pension later in exchange for starting later. This is an important distinction because while the mandatory age 67 proposal was eventually canceled, the voluntary deferral option was not. It was implemented exactly as planned, and it remains fully in effect today. Now here is the part that matters most for anyone still confused today. This change was reversed before it ever took effect. In 2015, a federal election took place in Canada, and one of the central campaign promises made by the Liberal Party was to cancel this planned increase to the OAS eligibility age. The Liberal Party won that election, and in 2016, true to that campaign promise, the government formally canceled the planned increase from 65 to 67. This means the change never actually came into effect for anyone at any point, regardless of birth year. Every single Canadian born in any year retained the right to begin collecting OAS at age 65. This is the single most important fact in this entire video, and I want to repeat it clearly. There is no birth year-based delay to your OAS eligibility age in Canada today, in 2026. Whether you were born in 1955, in 1958, in 1962, or in 1970, the rule today is exactly the same. You become eligible for your OAS pension the month following your 65th birthday. It is also worth noting that this cancellation was not a quiet, behind-the-scenes administrative decision. It was a major, publicly announced policy reversal, covered extensively by national media at the time, precisely because so many Canadians had been following the original announcement closely for years. So this was never a secret reversal that slipped through quietly. It was front-page news in 2016, precisely because the original 2012 announcement had also been front-page news years earlier. If the change was canceled a decade ago, why does this confusion still show up in conversations, comment sections, and online searches today? Part of the answer is simply how long this proposal was discussed publicly before it was canceled. For roughly 4 years, from 2012 to 2016, this was actively reported on, debated, and discussed across Canadian media. Articles, blog posts, and forum discussions from that era are still indexed online today, and they continue to appear in search results even though the policy they describe no longer applies. This is also made more confusing by the fact that the United States has its own, completely separate retirement system with its own birth year-based rules, where full retirement age genuinely does increase for people born in certain years, including 1960. Some of what circulates online about birth year cutoffs for retirement age is actually describing the American Social Security system, not the Canadian OAS system, and the two get mixed together easily, especially in casual conversation or in articles that do not clearly specify which country they are discussing. So if you have seen something online referencing a birth year like 1960 and a retirement age of 67, there is a strong chance you were looking at information about the American system, not the Canadian one. This mix-up happens especially often for Canadian seniors who have family in the United States, who follow American news, or who simply searched a general question online and received results blending both systems together without making the distinction clear. The simplest way to avoid this confusion going forward is to always confirm any retirement age information directly against the official Canada.ca website or by calling Service Canada directly rather than relying on a general search result that may not specify which country's rules it is describing. So let me give you the clear, current, accurate picture of how OAS actually works today in 2026 for every single Canadian senior. The earliest age at which you can begin collecting your OAS pension is 65. This applies to every Canadian, regardless of birth year. What you do have today is a genuine choice that has nothing to do with your birth year. You can choose to start your OAS exactly at 65, or you can choose to voluntarily delay it for up to 5 years, until age 70. If you delay your OAS pension past age 65, your monthly payment increases by 0.6% for every month you wait, which works out to 7.2% for each full year of delay. If you delay the full 5 years, all the way to age 70, your monthly OAS pension permanently increases by up to 36% compared to what you would have received at 65. This deferral option is entirely your choice, available to absolutely everyone regardless of when you were born, and it has nothing to do with the canceled 2012 proposal we discussed earlier. One important detail if you are considering delaying: the guaranteed income supplement and the allowance do not increase through deferral, and if you need that income now, starting at 65 rather than delaying is often the better choice. Most eligible seniors are automatically enrolled for OAS and receive a notification letter from Service Canada around their 64th birthday. If you do not receive this letter, or if you choose to delay, you can apply directly through your My Service Canada account at any point that suits your situation. Whichever choice you make, the decision is entirely yours, based on your own health, your own financial needs, and your own retirement plans, not on your birth year, and not on a policy that was canceled a decade ago. Let me give you a simple, exact way to confirm all of this for your own situation. Step 1. If you are approaching 65 and have not yet received a notification letter from Service Canada, log into your My Service Canada account at canada.ca to check your enrollment status directly. Step 2. If you would like clear official confirmation of your exact eligibility age, call Service Canada directly at 1-800-277-9914 and ask specifically, "Can you confirm my exact OAS eligibility age based on my date of birth?" For every caller today, regardless of birth year, the answer will be the same, age 65, with the option to delay voluntarily up to age 70 if you choose. Step 3. If you are weighing whether to start your OAS at 65 or delay it, use the free Old Age Security Benefits Estimator tool on canada.ca to see the exact dollar difference for your specific situation. And step 4, if you come across an old article or a comment online still referencing age 67, simply remember what you learned in this video and feel free to correct the confusion for someone else if it comes up. None of these 4 steps cost anything, none of them require special documentation, and all of them can typically be completed within a single phone call or a short visit to your online account. I want to end with this. If you spent years quietly worried that your OAS might not arrive until 67, I understand why. That worry was based on something that was genuinely proposed, genuinely discussed for years, and genuinely felt very real at the time. But that worry no longer applies to anyone born in any year, today, in 2026. Your OAS eligibility age is 65, with the genuine choice to delay if that suits your situation better. If you know someone who has carried this same old worry, a sibling, a friend, a coworker who is just approaching retirement, share this video with them directly. Old, outdated information has a way of lingering for years, and a single clear conversation can finally put it to rest. If this video helped clear something up for you today, please subscribe. I will keep cutting through exactly this kind of confusion for every benefit that affects Canadian seniors. Thank you for staying with me through all of this. I will see you in the next one.